Republicans like Pennsylvania Republican Senator Pat Toomey. He gave us a statement saying in part, quote, blindly borrowing or printing another 2/3 of $1 trillion so we can send $2,000 to children, the deceased, and tens of millions of workers who haven't missed a paycheck, like federal and state employees, is not sound economic policy, nor is it something I am willing to support. Joining me now live over Zoom to talk about all of it is Pennsylvania Democratic Representative Connor Lamb. Congressman Lamb, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me, Megan.
Can you describe the tone in the room for us during yesterday's House vote versus how you all felt this afternoon?
Honestly, the room yesterday in the House was pretty unremarkable because these bills both passed in the House by really huge majorities, and that doesn't happen every day. But as you noted on the lead-in, we got, I think, 45 Republicans behind the bill to give people $2,000, which is a lot. So it was really one of the less divisive days in the House of Representatives.
Do you like this relief bill as it currently reads?
I guess I like it. I mean, it's a compromise is what it is at the end of the day. So the $600 version, nowhere near enough to match what people are going through this year. And the $300 in unemployment compared to the $600 people were getting before, the lack of money for things like infrastructure and the rest of it, it's nowhere near good enough. But the point is, it's what we were able to agree on. So it represents something rather than nothing. And I've learned in 3 years in Washington to really like it when we do something instead of nothing, because we do nothing an awful lot of the time.
You had said yesterday, before this even happened, that you thought Mitch McConnell would do what he did. What do you think is going to happen next?
I don't know. It's very hard to say. My prediction is that McConnell's record shows he will continue to say no to new ideas, no to helping people who need it the most. It's pretty amazing that in 4 years, he really never crossed President Trump once until it finally got to the point where it seemed like we were going to send money to working and middle class people who really need it. And then for some reason, for the first time in 4 years, he was against Trump. And that tells you something. I mean, if you make 150 grand or less as a married couple or 75,000 as an individual, McConnell's just not on your side. He just isn't. So he's going to stand there and oppose you getting the money that we think you need to get through this emergency. This isn't a welfare payment. This is emergency relief that people need for an unforeseen situation. And the fact is, it's just easier to cut a check to a large number of Americans like this at once, rather than do things like, the unemployment system, for example, where people wait in line forever and they have to have their applications reviewed. And you heard all the stories that happened this year.
Yeah.
It's just easier to get money out to people quick. That's the efficient way to do this, and it stimulates the economy. It's really good for the economy, and he's on the wrong side of this one.
How do you feel about the Republican counterpoints that were made? We read, one leading into this interview, that it's too big of a sticker price, or that they fear that the money will go to people who haven't missed a paycheck during this entire pandemic.
It tells me that they really have no idea what people are going through. Maybe they don't know people who are earning these amounts of money or have had difficulties, but there are a lot of people who are earning less than they were before because they had to take pay cuts, or they're hourly employees who never lost their job but had their hours cut, or they have additional child care expenses now. There's a million things. That's the thing. You can't litigate every single person's situation. We are in an emergency, and so you have to act quickly. And the fact is that the little bit of this bill that may not perfectly address the situation of unemployment or whatever is nothing compared to the hundreds of billions of dollars that people like Toomey and others have allowed to go to the Fed, to go to these businesses that got the small business money that really shouldn't, that went to the Los Angeles Lakers and these big hotel chains and everything else. You didn't see them crying foul then, but when it comes to, a teacher making 65 grand a year, all of a sudden they think it's this great threat to the national debt. The fact is, this is like we're in the middle of World War II. In 1943, nobody was asking what the national debt was, because the fact was you had to beat Japan and Germany for that to even be an important question. And with the way things are going with COVID right now, we have to beat COVID on the health front and on the economic front. Get people enough money to be able to survive this thing, keep their businesses afloat, keep their families safe and healthy, for us to even have to worry about the debt, which we will do, but we will only do that once we have beaten this virus. And this is part of beating the virus.
Congressman Lamb, thank you for taking the time for us tonight. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.